Okay, my name is Lynette. I'm here to talk about Abacus and why it is the greatest thing next to sliced bread. Oh, I wonder if my microphone is working. Um, okay, my microphone is correct. Okay, so abacus. What is an abacus? Well, this thing right here is an abacus. That thing right here. There's a bigger view. Here's a bigger view. Here's a close up of an abacus. What do I want to do with this abacus? Well, this abacus helps people, children, adults learn to strengthen math. This is a math tool. Let's just say it out loud. This is a math tool. Now, how is it different from other math tools? Well, this specific math tool actually grows with the children or grows. It can actually go into multiplication and division on the abacus. But for right now, we're going to just learn how to read the abacus. We're going to figure out what does it mean to read the abacus because it tends to take a little bit, right? Like, we have Mm, I have these block plates. These block plates, it's kind of easy to um, it's it's easy to figure out. So I have this is a hundreds, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 by 10, right? If I have the cube, this is 1. If I have the sticks or the columns, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they're not breakable. These are not breakable. And then I have this, which is 1,000. When I didn't know it was 1,000 until I started counting it. So, anyways, and you can't break it apart. I mean, it's all solid. Now, this is a manipulative, right? And the one thing about the manipulative is that it gets kind of clunky and gets a lot. So, like, I have a whole bag. Okay. However, on the abacus, this is a teacher's abacus, and this teacher's abacus, I can actually position uh, I can label my ones column. The ones column is where we do is when we count, right? Like when we count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. This better. So if I have 4, right? That would be the ones, right? 4 is a 1 is in the ones column, and then it's different than the tens column, which is 1 and a 0. Okay, so what does that mean? So we're back to here. Counting on the abacus, we have the lower beads, all has a value of 1. So when we count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that there is no bottom bead for 5. Well, this is where the top bead comes into play. The top bead has a value of 5. So when we want to do 5, we just do this and push this down. This is a value of 5. So now when we do 6, it's 5, 6, 5, and 1. And then this is the introduction for counting on. And then this is 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, remember I was talking about the ones column. Now, next to the ones column is the tens column. So this is where we say 10. How do I make a 10? Well, when we write it, just as we write it, it's a 1 and a 0, just like that, right? So abacus translates to writing because that's what this little thing is. It's a marker to tell me what the ones is. So it's a 1 and a 0. So then if I do 20, that's 20. And then 30, 40. And again, if I need to do 50, I have to use the top bead, which is 50, 5 and 0. So it was really interesting because I was thinking about how we were taught to count on. So abacus helps counting on. Let's say if you have the number 32, right? You know 32, all you need to do is add 1 and you get 33. You add 1 and you get 34. So the children can take a look and see what the number is. And it's a visual representation. So it's always a gentle reminder of the quantity that we have, right? So we have 34 and then I go to 35. So it's also a pattern as well, right? So they know when they're looking on the abacus that we have 30 and we have 5. So when we do 52, what's after 52? Well, when we look, 52, we add 1, right? 53. Next one, 54. And then 55. 5. So that's about counting on. Because if you look, oh, I wonder if let's see. Ooh, do I want to share my screen? I want to, yeah. So it was share screen. It was this one. Nope. No. Is it this one? It was. Nope. Can't do it. I think it was this one. We'll do this one. Entire screen? That's all I have. There we go. Okay. So, what was I trying to say? Ooh, not what I'm looking for. Oh, not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. Sorry. I'm here. Okay. What does it look like? What am I looking at? Okay. So, oh, that's not good. Do I want to do that? I want to do that? No. No. Okay, let's go back. No. I want to go back. Cancel. No. 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 Okay, let's do that. No. Let's do this. No. What am I doing? This is horrible. All right. So here, the idea was if we pick out the number, let's say 24, the kids have to realize that we go from 24, 25, 26, 27. But notice though, they're just symbols. So it's difficult to understand what they're trying to, what they're trying to remember. It sounds like that the kid, that they want everybody to memorize. And we don't have to memorize on the abacus, because on the abacus, we can just do it here. So we said 24, right? We said 2 and a 4, 24. So now, if I want to do 25, I know I just need to bring this down. I get 25. So it helps the children realize how to count on. And then 26, 27, 28. And that's like one of those things, those pattern recognitions. All right. So why am I here? Well, let me move my stuff. Oh, yeah. So it was kind of cool because I actually created a workbook. And it looks like that. There we go. Oh, it's kind of dark. I need to lighten it up. How do I lighten it up? There we go. Lighten it up. All right. Excuse my messy desk. I was trying to explain these things. All right. So here is the back of the book. This is the front of the book. So here's front of the book, and this is available on Amazon. Oh, this is just another table. Not a table, but okay. There we go. Okay, we're back. All right. So here is my Christmas counting, and we're using the abacus from 0 to 20. And in the book, it's really quite cool because I explain how to, and I call it big brain notes. Big brain notes. And I explain how to read the abacus. Let's see if I make it a little bit darker. Right. So here is 0. And then here, this is a picture of the beads. And then there's the beam right here. And then this is the rest of the beads. So here is an example of what the abacus looks like. I have a real one that I could show you. So if I show you what one is here, this is what it looks like in the picture. So it looks like that. So it helps the children translate between the real abacus to the picture of the abacus to the symbol. So that's the one is actually a symbol, because if you just put it out there, it doesn't mean anything, but you have to relate it to a quantity, right? So that's the big brain notes. And it was kind of cool because I also added a find the abacus. And this is to help um, uh, it's to help children recognize what the patterns of an abacus looks like. It didn't matter what number the abacus is. It's just as long as they can see what it looks like. And was just a abacus recognition kind of a thing. And this is what an explanation of an abacus. And then we start off with the number 0, which is interesting because in school they don't start at the number 0, they start at the number 1. And I'm like, that's really interesting, because on the abacus we have to start on the number 0, because this is how we clear our abacus. See that? So we have to start from the number 0. We don't start from 1, because that's not a clean abacus. That's making sure that we want to start fresh. So we need to start from 0. Okay, so that's a little bit about the 0. And then I made this maze, which is really cool. It is a number 0 maze. And this maze is to help children understand. One, they have to trace all the numbers, and then they trace the words, and then they do a number recognition. So they have to see what the symbol is, right? See what the 0 is. Then they have to figure out if they go down or across to go to the next 0. So the next, what looks like 0 is the abacus. And then after that, what looks like 0 is the word zero, Zero. And then here, why do I don't go here because that's 2 on the abacus, but I have to go here because this is a blank cell. And that blank cell is actually where you're supposed to put in dough balls. But because this is 0, there's no dough balls to be had. So this is where you go next. And then you try to find the next 0. And this one is an abacus. And then I go and I try to find the next 0, which would be up here, because Zero is the word 0. So this is the maze, and you're trying to figure out how to get to the finish line. All you have to do is look for the zeros. And then I go to the next number, which is 1, and it goes all the way to 20. But in between, there are other activities to help strengthen the concepts, right? So I have match the bells. So they have the counting 1 to 1, and they have to match it with the number, and then they have to match the number with the abacus. It was I brought in the numbers. If you look how to write the number 4, because I noticed that, like, when my kids were younger, I noticed they would always start from the bottom. And even with a couple of students that I have now, they would start from the bottom, which was really strange. So I was trying to add in directions on where to start, and I wanted them to start from the top. That's how I learned it. I'm not sure how everybody else learned it, but that's how I learned it, and that's what I was thinking. All right. And um, then we trace the number 0, and I'm sorry, we trace the word 0, and then we trace the number 0. And then here is tracing the path. This is all the tracing that's being done in the class. The tracing that's being done in the book is to strengthen their hand skills, right? Their fine motor skills. And then there I have the 10 frame. And this is to introduce the kids what a 10 frame is. And here I say dough balls. So they have to they have to have dough. Let me go get my dough. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do orange. So I have my dough balls, and I make circles out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was the idea. The idea was to grab some dough balls and put it in the put it in the um, put it in the box. Okay, and that is the exercise. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong one. It was number 4. There, number 4. It was supposed to be here. Okay, so that is a little bit, and then I have another activity to follow the path. They can pick any color. They can choose a color, and then they just have to follow a path. The idea is just to have them trace to figure out where they want to go, but they have to find where the 0 is. So these abacus that's at the bottom is a number 0, and then again the big brain notes is now we're talking about understanding from 5 to 9. Here we are counting. So we're counting forward and a little bit of the abacus there. And then this one is matching the abacus with the items. So they have to color the active beads. So this one is 5. And then here they just have to color 5 elves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or they could circle it or what have you. What else? This is more matching bells. And then, oh, this is cool. So here is a puzzle where they have to figure out what abacus is in between, what number is in between the abacus. So this one is 1, and then there's a number in between, and then this is 3. So what is in between? Well, we have to look down here for the puzzle piece. They cut it and then they paste. So I see 2 here, and I would take it and I put it up here. And then we start into adding and subtracting. So here I show how to start adding on the abacus. So if I have one bead here, and then I add another bead like that, what is my answer? My answer is 2. I just write the number 2. This one is 2 and then plus 1 bead. And my answer is 3. I do. There's matching the stars with the Christmas tree, and then there's more adding and subtracting. Oh, there's subtracting as well. Where is the subtracting? We go all the way to 20, and here we go. So here we are subtracting -1. So if we have this question, we have 2, right? We have 2, and now we take away 1. Ooh, 1. So my answer is 1. So this is to help understand what 1 is. And when you pay attention to the finger movements, so when we do -1, it's finger down. So just like that. So it's 2 and then -1. -1 is finger down. And that is my answer. Okay. What else do we have? And then that's about it. So this is my book. Um, that's a brief overview, but it's packed with a lot of activities, and we go all the way to 20. See, we go all the way to 20, and that's how you read 20. And I was pretty good this time. I actually made answer sheets. Oh, this one was connect the dots. So this dot goes to this dot, but you have to add it. So it's 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. And then if this is 2, so then 2 plus 5 is 7. So that's what this is, connecting the dots. And that's about it. And then here, oh, okay. When you're done with this book, the next book you would see would be this one. Plus 5 with who? And then we'd be talking about the addition family. But let me finish this off. So then after that, so after the next book, right? Here is the answers to everything, to all the pages that needs answers, right? Like, I don't have an answer sheet for this page because I felt like it was understandable, and it's okay, right? But I do have it for these ones and for this one, for all the subtraction stuff. And then also the maze. I have an answer sheet for the maze. So I hope this helps. And yeah, this is my book, and this is available on Amazon. And just to show like more activities, what I've done here, and that's it. All right. So, whew, that was a rough one. Oh, okay. That is my book, and that's about Abacus. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.